Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for stopping by once more. If you are new, please don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and who knows, you might actually like what you see. So what I've done today is an Instagram chooses my makeup video. Last night I put some pictures up on Instagram and I let the lovely people over on Instagram choose my makeup that I'd be using in the video today, and as you can see, they don't hate me too much. They don't hate me too much because they chose some pretty good makeup. Some of it I haven't actually used before, so this is my first time using some of the makeup that I used today. So it was a little bit of a first impression as well. But if you would like to see how I achieved this makeup look, then please keep on watching. So first of all, I asked Instagram to pick between two primers, and the primers that I selected were the NYX Angel Veil or the Body Shop All-in-One Instablur. And Instablur won by 54%, although it was really close, and at one point they were like 50-50. So I'm going to use Instablur. And because this is not a hydrating primer, it's more kind of like a silicone-y feel to it, I'm going to need to moisturise, and I'm going to use the Body Shop Vitamin E Moisture Cream. I do love this moisturiser, but if you use too much and you don't have really dry skin, then it can be, I mean, I guess that's just like every moisturiser, but it can be really rich for your skin. So I don't use this on a daily basis, and if I'm using like a hydrating primer, then I won't bother moisturising at all because I get my hydration from the primer. But this primer is not hydrating at all. It is literally just, you could just call it a pore filler. And the fact that it is actually called Instablur and it was chosen by Instagram, kind of fitting. That moisturiser does take a little while to sink into the skin. I think just because it's made for more of the dry skin, so if you do have dry skin, it'll be perfect for you. Okay, so onto the primer, and we are using the Body Shop All-in-One Instablur. This is the 5 Action Perfector. I don't know why it says Universal Shade on there. Contains vitamin E and CFT marula oil. That's community fair trade, by the way, which the Body Shop are known for. Okay, so as you can see, I'm going to show you it. It's quite a thick silicone type primer. And I do have quite large pores, to be honest. So we will see how much this works on my pores. I kind of rub it together first on my fingertips, and then smooth it over. I like to concentrate this on the T-zone because that's where I'm most likely to get a little bit oily throughout the day, and that's where my pores are quite large. And then just smooth the rest over the rest of the face. Okay, so that doesn't feel heavy on the skin or anything like that. Kind of just makes my skin feel really smooth and ready for foundation. The foundation options I put up on my Instagram stories were the Primark PS My Perfect Colour Perfect Finish Foundation, the £2.50 one, or Maybelline Fit Me Foundation, which if you watch my last, I think it was my last video or the video before that, I mentioned that I did buy this but I bought the wrong shade. But I have hopefully bought the correct shade. I did buy 100 and also this one 105, but 105 seems to match me a little bit better than 100. So this is the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation, matte and poreless, normal to oily skin. So actually that should really work really well with the primer that we've just used because it's matte and poreless. And that's kind of the aim of the primer that we just used. So here we go. Oh, by the way, this beat the Primark one. This got 63% compared to 37%, which is what the Primark one got. Okay, so we have our beauty sponge, and I'm going to apply the foundation with that. Hopefully this doesn't get all over my top like the last one did in my last video. Because, by the way, I still haven't managed to get that out. I need some stain remover. Anyway, let's go for it. No idea why I just sniffed that. So this is the first time that I am actually trying this Maybelline Fit Me Foundation, and I really do quite like it. I mean, the coverage you can see is pretty good, and I usually have issues with foundations across my nose and my cheeks, but it seems to be settling well in that area, which is always a good sign for me. The shade match could have been a little bit better. I still don't think I found my perfect shade with this foundation, which is ironic because it says Fit Me, but that's down to my own issues with shade matching. As you can see, it is quite yellow toned compared to my neck and chest. I don't tend to go for pink toned foundations anyway, but I do think that this is a little bit too on the yellowish side. But I can work with that, it's fine. And it's definitely matte, like it says, and I'm pretty sure it's done quite a good job at covering those pores. So the next option was concealer, and I chose the Eylure Big Cover Concealer or the Revolution Conceal and Define, and I bet you can guess which one of these was the winner. Yes, Revolution by 78%. So that's what I'm going to use today. I'm going to use the shade C1. This Revolution concealer is one that I will probably always go back to, just because I really love the formula and the coverage is great as well. I do think that Revolution really did make their mark in the world of makeup with this concealer. I'm just gonna lightly bake my under eyes. And the reason I didn't give an option of setting powder is because, like I've mentioned, I've only got one. So if you could please recommend some setting powders below in the comments for me, I might be able to show you something different. Okay, now while that is doing its thing, the next one was contour. Okay, I made a little bit of a boo-boo with this option. So what I done was took a picture of the two options. So we've got the Sleek Face Contour Kit and the Primark Foundation and Contour Stick. Took a picture, so as you are seeing this is how the picture was. Sleek this side, Primark this side, but then underneath I've put the opposite brand. So underneath the Sleek I put Primark, and underneath the Primark I put Sleek. Now the Sleek word option won. Like, that got the most votes by 57%. So it's a close call anyway. But the rest of them, they were in correct order. So say I have the Fit Me Foundation and the Primark Foundation. The Fit Me word was underneath the Fit Me Foundation, and the same for the Primark Foundation. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch that around. So the word Sleek one, but it was actually underneath the Primark one. So I think I'm just gonna use the Primark one because I'm assuming people have gone by the image rather than the word. So this is what I'm using today. It's the PS My Perfect Colour Foundation and Contour Stick in the shade Rich Espresso from Primark. And I'm going to use the Primark Sculpt and Glow brush. As you know, I absolutely love this brush. Just going to use that brush to blend it out. I don't love you anymore. I always go too heavy on the damn contour. Let's blend that out then. And something that really helps if you've gone a little bit too low on the contour is get a translucent powder, dip a beauty blender into the powder and kind of just run it along your jawline or wherever you need to take off some of that contour, and just leave it there for a few minutes. So the next two options I put up were highlight, and I asked Instagram to choose between the Body Shop Honey Bronze highlight in the shade 01, and this is like a creamy highlight, very pretty, or the Revolution Ghost Light highlight, and with a 58% the Revolution highlight one. So that's what we're going to use next. And I'm just going to apply that on a Real Techniques fan brush. It's a really pretty highlight this. You can't really see it head on, but when you turn, you've got that glow there. I am loving highlight lately. Like, I'm finding myself just piling it on. Does anyone else get like that? Like, you find a certain type of product that you really enjoy using and you just go mad on it. The next option I asked you guys to choose from was blush. And I have got this Primark PS Blush High Pigment Blusher in the shade Drama, which always reminds me of Jeffree Star because of his dog. And also the So Susan Rose Quartet Lip and Cheek Cream, which has these pretty options in. And the winner was the Primark blush by 67%. So we're going to use that on the apples of our cheeks today. And I'm just going to use an XO Beauty blush brush. Probably should have put this on before the highlight. I really like to bring my blush up to my temples. And then I asked Instagram to choose my bronzer for me, and I have selected the Collection Shimmer shades in the shade Way to Glow, and it's a really pretty quad of shimmers, or the Body Shop Honey Bronze bronzer in the shade 03. And these actually got 50-50. Like, they were 50-50 almost the whole way through. I think there was about a half an hour where the Body Shop one was winning, and then more people voted and they went back to 50-50 again. So I guess it's down to me to choose this one. Do you know what? I wouldn't usually use this just because it's got so much shimmer in it and I've already got highlight and blusher on, but I'm going to because I haven't used that for bronzer in a long time. And I guess the whole idea of this video is to use products that you wouldn't normally use. That's why you get Instagram to choose it for you. So I'm going to go with the collection. And I'm actually just going to take this on quite a big fluffy brush just because I don't want to pick up too much product, because I don't want to be a disco ball today. So I'm just going to swirl it around in all four. And kind of apply that over the top of the contour. Yes, I am aware that I probably should have done my highlight last, but I didn't, so we're just gonna have to live with it. But you know what? It's actually just all blending nicely together and creating a really nice glow. Okay, so moving on to the next option, we're gonna go for brows, and I picked out a brow gel, brow mascara, and a brow pencil. And we done 2 combinations. So this was combo 1. It's the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. This is the blonde one, and also the Bourjois Brow Design in the shade Blonde. That's combo 1. Combo 2 was the Primark Eyebrow Pencil in the shade Blonde or Light Brown or something like that. And the Fill and Tame Brow Gel in the shade Blonde. How many times can you say blonde in the space of 30 seconds? And that was combo 2. So combo 1 received 73% of the vote. So combo 1 it is. Just going to brush them through. And then we are going to go in with the brow gel. Now that looks like a lot of product, so I'm going to scrape some of that off. And that's quite a big brush as well, to be fair, which I'm not so sure about. And I don't have the thinnest brows. Like, that could do with being just a little bit smaller. And I didn't dip back in the tube just then. I just went with whatever was left on the wand. That product is nice, the Bourjois one, but the wand could do with being just a little bit smaller. Okay, the next option was eyeshadow, and the 2 options I've put up were this Avon Quad in the shade Vivid Violet. It's got some really nice colours in there. Or these Stila Shimmering Heights liquid lipsticks, which I did actually use in my last video, but I only used the shade Kitten, which I've removed from this option because I don't want to use the same product in 2 different videos right back to back. So these 2 I didn't use though. These are the shade Twig and Cloud, and I didn't use these in my last video. So these won by 77%. The Avon, I was kind of hoping I'd get the Avon, because I think I could make a really interesting look out of any of those colours really. But you guys Instagram wanted to see the Stila ones, so that's what I'm going to use today. Okay, so I'm going to take the shade Twig, which is a really nice kind of bronzy, coppery, browny shade. I know that's quite generic, but that's kind of what it's saying to me. And I'm going to put this all over my eyelid. Okay, now obviously this really needs to be blended. So I'm just going to go in with a fluffy blending brush and this single eyeshadow in the shade Milk Chocolate by Natural Collection. This is quite old, so I don't know if it's still available. And I'm just going to run that along the edge and in the crease, just to give that Stila eyeshadow something to blend into. I think maybe I should have worked on this when it was a little bit tackier rather than after it had dried, but it does dry pretty quickly, so you do need to work quite quickly with these Stila eyeshadows. I just don't want that massively harsh line. Okay, and then instead of going directly onto the eye with the applicator that it comes from, I'm going to get another blending brush. Just going to use this fake MAC one that I bought when I first started out with makeup from eBay. And just kind of pick up some of that shade on the brush and kind of work that in the crease as well, just to compensate for any colour lost while we were applying that Milk Chocolate shade. Okay. And then before that dries, go back in with Milk Chocolate and blend. And I'm not picking up any more colour here because I don't want to add any more colour here. I just want to blend these colours out. And now obviously I didn't expect to have to use a blending shade, and I've got a little bit of fallout, but I've already done it all, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. Okay, so we're gonna have to try and blend this one out now. Okay, and because we did lose quite a little bit of that shimmer from the Stila, I'm just gonna put a little bit on the blending brush and just dab it over the eyelids. Just to bring back a little bit of that shimmering effect. That is actually really nice. So we're gonna need to do something about this fallout, and I'm a little bit scared. Okay. Thankfully, that Natural Collection shade is not one that clings. Okay, then we need to sort out this in here, because we went a little bit too far in with the eyeshadow. I'm just going to take the tiniest amount of concealer on a very small beauty sponge. Dab it on the back of my hand first because I really don't need a lot. And just dab that in there to open up the eyes again. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the shade Cloud, which is this really nice golden mauve kind of colour. I'm going to run that underneath my lower lash line, because I've got a feeling that if we use this all over the eyes, including underneath the lash line, it's just going to be too dark, too overpowering, especially if your eyes are not big wide awake eyes. This is probably going to cover your eyes a lot. So we're going to go in with a little bit of this shade, and I'm actually going to just take that on the same blending brush that we took this, to run that underneath. We're also going to apply that on the inner corner as a highlight. I've just switched to this brush because I've just remembered having a conversation with my friend Ashley, and she recommended that for inner corner highlight I use this kind of a pencil dome brush, and she was so right, it works so much better. Because it's such a dense brush, it's going to apply more, Okay, so I didn't put up an option for eyeliners. I'm gonna be honest, I totally forgot, but I don't really have that much of a selection for eyeliners anyway. So for my waterline, I'm gonna apply this eye pencil from Primark in the shade Wide Awake. I think this is kind of needed with such a dark look. Alright, so the next option was mascara, and I asked Instagram to choose between the Body Shop Happy Go Lash Mascara or Too Faced Size Queen Mascara. And with a 67% win, we are going to be using the Too Faced Size Queen Mascara. This wand really is huge. So if you've just done a really intricate eye look, don't use this mascara. Because if you're anything like me, you're likely to get it all over your makeup. The next option I asked Instagram to choose for me was lashes. And I have picked out the Primark Dramatic Lashes or the Eylure Volume. This is actually the starter kit. So you get glue, two bits of glue there. You also get like a lash, let me get it for you. This. You actually get like lash tweezers, lash holders, whatever you want to call them. You get a tester lash as well, so you can test the lash, which obviously I've already lifted off. I haven't tested it though, but I've just lifted it off there. And your actual lashes. So these are the Eylure Volume 101's starter kit. And the winner was Eylure by 59%. So let's open this up and take the lashes out. Today I am actually going to be using the glue that comes with this. Oh, you're cute, but you're painful. Ooh. And it actually does also tell you as well which eye each lash goes on. So I'm just going to pick out the right lash and I'm going to size it up against my own eyes, just to make sure that they're going to fit. Yep. I'd say that they are a pretty good fit. So we're going to apply some glue. Did I just do that in one go? One thing I forgot to do was put mascara on my bottom lashes. This mascara is not great for that, unless you just use the tip. Okay, now the next option was lipsticks. And to be honest, I was quite surprised at the winner. So we had MAC Girl About Town, which is a really nice hot pink. Or we had Primark matte lipstick in the shade Naked Flame. And Naked Flame won by 70%. So that's what we're going to use today. I absolutely love the smell of Primark lipsticks. They smell like vanilla. Oh, I could eat it. Now this is a matte lipstick, so it's going to be a little bit drying, but I can already tell that this is going to be really drying. Because you know you get some matte lipsticks that are not terribly drying. I think this is going to be one of the ones that is terribly drying. I hate it when lipstick does that. So this is what the lipstick looks like on its own. What I'm going to do is add a little bit of a gloss on top. And I'm just going to use the Pixi gloss. This is the Lip Lift Max in the shade Petal Ice. Smells minty. And this is just going to help the lips look a little bit better, plus not be so drying. I'm absolutely loving a clear gloss these days as well. That's all the makeup done. Now the last step is to use setting spray. Probably should have used setting spray before I applied lashes. I always do this, why do I do this? But the options were the Revolution Base Fix or the Primark Glow Setting Spray. And by 54%, the Revolution Base Fix won. So I'm just going to spritz that all over the face. So that is the look completed. Overall, I would say that the lovely people on Instagram do not hate me too much because they chose really nice makeup and really nice combos for me to use today. So that is my Instagram chooses my makeup look done. I really hope you've enjoyed this look and this type of video. If you have, please don't forget to give me a great big thumbs up, and please subscribe as well. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification button so that you are notified when I upload my next videos. I am currently on a schedule of 2 a week, and that's currently working out for me. So if that works for you, please stop by, subscribe, and show me that you want to see more videos. Other than that, I will see you in my next video. Bye.